Adobe Radio, the future of alternative.
We all know that it's called the bionic, the bomb, the pop, the blow, the black, the herb, the sensi, the chronic, the sweet Mary Jane, ganja, spliff, reefer, the bad, the Buddha, the homegrown, the ill, the Maui, the method, pop, lethal, turbo, Thai, shake, skunk, stress, wacky, weed, blaze, the boot, dime bag, Scooby-Doo, Bob, bogey, backyard boogie.
Yeah! It's the Cool Nerd Weed Show! That's TS.
And that's Sasha.
And we are live-ish on Adobe Radio. I played a very Cool Nerd Weed Show classic last week. TS and I have both been medically inhabited for the last 2 weeks, so we took an unintentional spring break. And I was listening to our opening and stuff. And this, I think I played a segment from one of our cannabis Sex and Giggles. It was a classic. It was from at least 4 years ago, one of them. And it's so funny because we have been doing it literally the same for the last 10 years. We did change our opening to that very funny Ollie G thing, but not much. I mean, we just did that. It's still the live version of the Bad Brains song, just that little part. We can't get sued. For use.
HR would approve.
I think so. I mean, yes, I think he would. I know he would. The coolest of the cool. But we are the Cool Nerd Weed Show, and we have been doing this for about a decade, and it's been so much fun. I just got lighter fluid all over my hands, so if I light on fire on camera,
Oh,
then,
no.
at least it'll maybe go viral. But yeah, we are live. Find us everywhere. We do more video than we did 10 years ago. So you can find us on YouTube. You can also find our socials. We are mostly shadow banned, but sometimes we show up. Sometimes we show up with some good, valuable information, and social media will decide not to censor us sometimes.
We're doing lives on YouTube, and it's late night. So if you can catch us late night when you're good and lit, we run for 6 hours.
Yeah. And
It's a marathon.
Yeah, it's a marathon. Yeah, we're very good for late night fun. It's like a good sesh time with us. Chill, listen to us be silly billies and rant on about cannabis stuff, and get lit and pontificate with us. Okay, so today, a couple weeks ago, we did our Nerds Have Opinions show, and I called it a part one because we did have a lot of opinions, but I did want to extrapolate on some of those moments and things that we talked about. One of the things that we talked about was the basic legal market cartel, right? And what's happening when people ask us, and they do, how we feel about legalization and rescheduling and all that stuff, we always have mixed feelings. And the next few companies that we're going to talk about, they're why. They're why we were worried this whole time, right?
Yeah, that's 100% is the multi-state operators are the reason why the nerds were concerned about adult use. Big cannabis has come in, reared its ugly head. So Ohio Attorney General has brought charges. Well, is it charges?
It's a lawsuit, right?
A lawsuit.
Yeah.
Ohio Attorney General brought a lawsuit against the cannabis cartel, quote unquote, framing these multi-state operators as a cartel and operating to. It's an antitrust suit. So basically, these multi-states are suppressing the competition, fixing prices, um, in a coordinated effort, which makes them allegedly acting like a cartel.
Right. So this is also happening with weed, as of course it was going to. And the scale of products that they produce is very large. You know, they're trying to make the most money that they possibly can. That's all they see is dollar signs, right? Like for weed. So not only is there no compassion, you know, in general, it's also they're coming in and they're suppressing other competition, and they're working, like you said, throughout a network. It's colluding together to keep prices at whatever it is, and it's from beginning to end.
Yeah, a lot of these companies were in the medical market and had a foothold in the states that wanted everybody vertically integrated. The competition was already limited, so these states came in, and then we saw it here in California. Once adult use came into play in California, a lot of these companies started rolling in. So let's get this. Let me read this. So in Ohio, this is happening in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So Ohio Attorney General David Yost has filed an antitrust action accusing 9 multi-state operators, or MSOs, of coordinating to suppress competition in Ohio's legal cannabis market. The complaint alleges that Ascend, Air, Cannabis, Cresco, Curaleaf, Green Thumb Industries, Juicy, Trulieve, and Verano formed unlawful cartels that restricted access to dispensary shelves, disadvantaged independent Ohio operators, and kept prices artificially high.
Yeah.
So they used an old law in the books, the Valentine Act, to bring this lawsuit together.
Indeed.
And, these companies, they all have bad track records to begin with. And, the internet is a fun place, and we have all of the alleged dirt, and some aren't even allegations. Some things are just plain true.
Yeah. So where do you want to start? Who do you want to start with?
Let's see. Where should we jump in? Let's start with one of my favorites. Trulieve.
Yeah, so we've been on Trulieve's jock since I'm talking COVID times. Like we're mad about Trulieve, and we called them out, and I bet if you go search through our archives, which you can, you would certainly find a bunch of bitching about Trulieve. I should put together a supercut. Like I should have AI, don't use AI, but I should have it go through all of our episodes and just find how many times it's mentioned unredacted. And we will have hours of content. Because we have been on Trulieve and its practices in the cannabis industry for a really long time. We knew something was rotten in Denmark from a long time ago.
I've actually had Trulieve flower when I was in Florida, and let me tell you, it was Trulieve awful.
Have we not used that ever?
I don't think so.
It's going to be the name of the show. I don't think, have I ever... did they come up to Jersey or Massachusetts? I don't think I had it there. So. Yeah.
They were mostly in Florida. I guess they're in Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. The husband of Trulieve CEO Kim Rivers, John Burnett, or JT, a Florida businessman and real estate developer. In November of 2021, he was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison and fined $1.25 million following his conviction on multiple counts of public corruption, including extortion, mail fraud, making false claims, Um, during this conviction, he was found guilty of participating in a scheme to extort payments to influence local officials in Tallahassee, Florida. During the trial, it was revealed that Burnett bragged to undercover FBI agents about influencing Florida's medical marijuana laws to benefit his own interest and potentially hinder competitors. So there you go, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fucking shiesty.
Yeah, very, very typical behavior of a big corporation who just feels like the world should bend to their whim. And like, it's white collar crime. You know what I mean? It's not like, and what is ironic is that this plant is so demonized and prohibition was so serious that it was blamed on, weed has been blamed for so much crime, in the traditional market. And then when the so-called above the board people came in, not only did the quality of weed suffer, but our industry suffers from fucking clown shit like this. Like, this is so typical, such typical big corporation behavior that it's like stunning how quick it took, for them to overreach and start, being messy. And that's what everybody did, I feel like, with weed. They were like, we could do whatever we want. And hopefully, one by one, they'll get picked off. So is that it with True Leave? I feel like there was more stuff.
Let's see. True Leave contracted JT Burnett's construction company, which he was a minority owner, for building cultivation and processing facilities, paying the firm $230 million. Let's see. Also, we need to say that True Leave CEO Kim Rivers was not implicated or charged with any crimes.
Okay, good.
Just her partner, her significant other, was just the one.
She was like, it was that guy.
It was that guy. I had no idea. My husband was manipulating the system for the benefit of my company.
That's crazy.
And then I'm going to pay him $230 million to his construction company to build our facility. I had no idea.
No. Wow, I was so misled. Wow, that's some crazy stuff. You think you know someone. But yeah, I'm sure her hands are clean of all wrongdoing. And for legal purposes, we have to say that they are. But, there may or may not have been a sarcastic tone in my voice. Like I said, these people don't fucking care about anything. They don't care about your access or your quality as a customer or a patient. And they sure as fuck don't care about the people who work in the industry. God, no. Because they want to replace you with their own kind anyway, which is stupid, no knowing anything about weed, rich ass people. That's what we experienced in California. And it wasn't as egregious as these companies and states. Well, it was, but in like a different way. I don't know, California's a whole other beast. We can talk about adult use at all those corruptions, and we do, and we have at other times, and we will. We sure will. But so moving on from the right, or no, is there more?
Yeah.
Is there even more? Okay.
No,
I'm sure there is more. We just don't.
There is more.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next on the shit list, Green Thumb Industries.
Yes. Green Thumb.
They are publicly traded, one of the largest U.S. cannabis multi-state operators. Has faced several controversies, ranging from federal investigations, labor disputes, allegations of anti-competitive lobbying. It's a major point of contention. A federal pay-to-play investigation in 2021. They were probing Green Thumb Industries regarding the pay-to-play system that secured state licenses in Illinois. Oh, they had, but they denied everything, of course, and stating they had no evidence to open the probe in the first place. But,
Okay.
pay to play, you just got to grease the wheels somehow.
Right.
Campaign donations is how it goes.
Yeah.
Which, is like, that's just the way the world works. You put some money in some politicians' pockets, and you shape the way the laws and the ordinances work in the cannabis world. I guess it's more business as usual.
Yeah, and I think this was one of the companies or one of the dispensaries that are under this company, right? Didn't they strike or something?
Oh yeah,
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Rise.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, it was a long strike, and it was unfair labor practice. Like I said, they don't care about people who work there. I think they did it again in Chicago, which was good because it actually helped the workers get 50% more money because they weren't making like minimum wage or something insane. So like, it's clearly there's, a lot. And I think in Jersey, their ongoing litigation, because, and this I found was interesting, but it's just, they have like a contract bar or something, and New Jersey is like, what are you doing? So there's a lot of workers and safety concerns and poor treatment of employees as such in most, not all, big corporations. That's just something that you will find is they just don't care.
Green Thumb Industries is anti-union.
Mm-hmm.
They've had some worker safety concerns. They lobbied against medical patient rights. Like, these are the people that always want to stop you from growing your medicine at home.
Yes. So whenever you see that not in a adult use law, it's because these asshats said don't do it.
Every time.
Which is like such a stupid thing. And I think it's stupid. It makes me, not being able to grow at home really upsets me. I'm not sure if it did happen or the new governor of New Jersey was going to look at that because you can't grow at home in New Jersey. And I think like somebody said somewhere that she was going to take another look at the adult use rules and start to, or put grow at home stuff on that new.
I think New Jersey's going to fix it. And New Jersey's doing a great job.
Yeah, not so bad. Yeah, I've been very impressed with the legal market in New Jersey. Now, of course, there has been lots of multi-state operators here because I think when you have a state like New Jersey going legal, it's like all you can have because California and a couple other states have the benefit of having a pretty solid, foundation of places that you could go to. Like we didn't have that, places you could grow at and so on. So I think until you hone that in, you have to go with a multi-state operator wherever you are, wherever you can get access, which is why they are getting fucking sued because they didn't let anybody else come in who didn't have the money to buy off, your local zoning fucking police or the people who give out licenses or what the fuck ever they were buying off, but they were buying off in these states. Yeah, that's kind of the definition of the whole thing, is that we have to buy from these companies. So what's another one?
Let's see. Another one of our favorites, Cresco Labs.
Oh God.
Another big multi-state operator has faced several controversies and legal challenges, antitrust allegations, consumer lawsuits regarding product labeling, and labor disputes. The Ohio antitrust law that we've talked about. Let's see. Illinois Vapable Oils mislabeling lawsuit in 2025. Proposed class action lawsuit in Illinois alleging the company mislabeled cannabis vape oils to circumvent state THC potency limits.
Forgot about that. That's such a big deal. It's such a big deal. Because the thing we always say about, you being able to buy it legally is that you know what you're getting,
Yeah.
and you're lying.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Come on, Cresco. Let's see. What else? Wages and hours lawsuits 2021 to 2023. Cresco was hit with a class action lawsuit accusing the company of failing to pay employees for time spent on mandatory COVID screenings and putting on PPE, that's personal protective equipment. So this includes requiring workers to arrive early for screenings, put on the PPE gear off the clock. Every company pays for that time.
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck? You're getting screening and you're putting on your PPE. That could take 30 minutes.
For sure.
They probably weren't unionized because the union would have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah.
And that is wage theft. You're asking people to report early to do testing and working and putting on gear so that they can work. That is work. That's part of your time on the clock.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Cresco settled with several employees. But still, you shouldn't have to fucking sue your employer to get fucking paid.
No, it's terrible. Yeah, well, yeah. I think, again, very typical of a big corporation to not treat their employee. And really, like, a lot of this stems from just thinking you can get away with it. And while I don't think the cannabis industry is unique in that way with big corporations, I do think big weed, quote unquote, came in thinking like we were less than them. Like we felt that. We felt that sort of like emotional disconnect, not just financial. They came in like waving their monies. And they were like, you idiots don't know what's good for you. And then started, buying up all of our shops and when the switchover happened, growing their own way and selling the dream, and everybody knowing they have to go work for them and then treating them like butts, and just being morally reprehensible. And it does translate into all facets of why this fucking sucks. But also why we knew, I don't know that we would have called them 10 years ago, like an eventual cartel, but we knew it was going to be something that was along those lines. And, almost like 10 companies, multi-state operators in this lawsuit are being accused of basically the same shitty behavior. And I don't know, what's going to come of all of it.
Yeah, Cresco actually left California last year.
They did.
Because of structural challenges was what they said. And, well, they sucked. So go fuck yourself, Cresco.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
We knew that these multi-states were bad on their own, but did we know that they were going to collude with other multi-states? Did we see that coming?
No, not in this way. I don't think. I mean, they level up their bullshittery, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But the way we're seeing the rescheduling or whatever of weed nationally, it just goes to show, it goes to show weed took this weird backwards turn in the country. And I do think there's like a direct pipeline to, I don't think that. I'm not like some brilliant fucking think tank because I think it's tied to the current administration. I think that's a big, I don't know. But I think that every bad thing that's happening may or may not be because of the people in charge. But it is very MAGA coded to not like weed. It's Republicans. It's a tale as old as time. But it was one thing that we were like, oh, we're crossing the lines. But when we talk about Trump in a minute and the change in fucking whatever that may or may not affect weed, I'll probably go on a rant on the tone of weed right now, and it's bothering me. It's chapping my buns. So we're gonna take a quick break, and don't worry, we'll end on something fun. It's 420 month. We're not fucking animals. We'll take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Sit down. Light one up. Pack a bowl. The nerds have opinions.
And we're back.
We're back.
It's the Cool Nerd Beat Show. That's TS.
And that's Sasha.
And we are live on Adobe Radio. We're back with another episode, our part 2 of The Nerds Have Opinions. We just do. And this is going to be us talking about them. So if that's not your thing, then I hope it is. We're very silly and we're stoned. Oh, do you know what you're smoking? Are you smoking? Are you even smoking?
I have
I
my
haven't seen
Puffco
you do
ready,
that.
but I'm drinking my bodega drink.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's good.
I also had a 25 milligram Pro Tab for breakfast.
Oh, the Pro Tab. Yeah, I like the Pro Tabs. I do like Pro Tabs.
It's beautiful. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are. They're good. If you can get those, you should, because they do cool things. They've been doing cool things. See, when you put your weed brains together, come up with some really great stuff. Really, really great stuff cannabis has given us. And I think it's important to try to hold on to. When we started this show, we were at a point where weed was being like radically accepted. Like it was really across the board. You know, I felt very unafraid to let my weed freak flag fly, even though I was in California for all those years. Still, when I came home to a place where it wasn't legal, I was still like, no, you guys need to understand what this can do. Like, this is some really crazy shit. And I feel like we were all kind of getting there. Like, it was very, you know, people's moms and grandmoms and dads and whoever started, you could smoke weed with your parents and it was, you know, not not that stigmatized. But now all of a sudden, the last 10 years, we especially, any kind of like hope that we had that things were getting there, just again, all the states going adult use, that was really encouraging. Even though we just talked about a bunch of bullshit that happened with the multi-state operators, it was still, we still had to remind ourselves, oh, we are in a place that we can go to a dispensary like on our way home from work. That's fucking sick. So we do always say that. We do. And we know that. But I do feel it. I feel it. I see tolerance breaks happening. I see actual real health issues coming from cannabis in ways that we hadn't seen before. And I've seen people feel that cannabis is not, it is what we've been told, which is this big menace that's going to take down our society. It's the gateway, literally called the gateway drug, the gateway to being a non-productive member of society through the war on drugs, which we all know is the war on race and class. And I see that coming up again. And I, of course, blame very much directly Donald Trump, because he is our president. Now, I want to note the date is April 6th, 2026. We are still allowed to talk shit on our president. excuse me, on our president publicly without being arrested. Well, okay, so Donald Trump rescheduled, quote unquote, cannabis. I don't know, when did he do that? Sometime last year, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was like December 18th, 2025. Signed an executive order by declaration of a proclamation from the almighty King Trump himself. Came through to reschedule cannabis. And so far, what's happened?
Yeah.
Fucking not a damn thing.
Yeah, we touched on that a couple shows ago, how it's been a couple months and there's been no progression, no mention. Now, listen, there's been a lot of stuff going on, right? Like he's making up wars to go to killing actual citizens here in the United States. Also, what else has he done that's been also our gas prices are like double what they were. He's also been dodging being named in the Epstein files. So all of those things have been on his fucking plate this year. So I assume that weed was pushed down a couple notches. And, you know, why? You know, like it's such an like where and honestly, a lot of the cannabis community are MAGA. So if you just nudged it up a little bit and said, hey, here's what's going to happen. Here's the rescheduling process. Here's this, that, and the third. You'd probably win back a bunch of people on your side, you dumb person. But he's the aforementioned things is what he's been focused on. And we haven't seen any progression in the world of rescheduling. And now we lost our beloved Pam Bondi.
Yeah, it was Pam Bondi's job to do the paperwork and push through cannabis rescheduling, which she didn't do. It was also her job to release the Epstein files, as a side note.
Yeah.
And now, as she has been fired, and is going to be potentially replaced with what's his name? It is the current EPA agent administrator, Lee Zeldin.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
If he is appointed to Attorney General, it could have some implications for the movement. Honestly, I don't know. We'll get to the nuts and bolts. I'll give you my opinion at the end.
What do you mean? Just like the replacing of the Attorney General, or where weed is?
Yeah, the replacement of the attorney. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he's he's basically like just another fucking clown. You know, who he's like wishy-washy on weed. He isn't really. He's not voted for it. You know, he's certainly. I mean, he voted He voted for some medical stuff, CBD stuff. I mean, he's whatever. He's like the same bullshit. He's not gonna. It's not no better, no worse, is what it looks like.
Exactly. Basically, Zeldin and Bondi share the same opinions on cannabis. They're anti-cannabis. Everybody's voted against federal bills. Mm-hmm. Some things are okay to go through. Continue. Yeah, like you said, he's fucking wishy-washy. So, do you think that even though Donald Trump is sort of, he says he's pushing for this, I don't see any, it's not coming up in his daily press conferences. So,
no, because people have to ask about all the things that I said before. Those are the things no, I don't even think he remembers that it's a thing that he needs, that he signed, or that is supposed to be followed up on. I don't think he even understands. So I'm not really looking forward to it, honestly. Which is an unpopular opinion, I think. Or it's an opinion that people in the industry share.
Yeah, we're looking. We're probably looking at another tax on cannabis, more control from the government. Also, as whoever the attorney general is for the United States, isn't it your job to do the will of the people?
The will of the people is long. We got to try to take it back, but I feel like that hasn't been considered for lots of things for a very long time here. And I think weed is just as political, if not more so, than any other issue, And I think it's important to look at like kind of the direct graph chart of the opinion and the acceptance of weed and the general tone of this country and of what's happening around us. And I find that this climate is not great for weed. I think we've entered again into a very divisive moment, and weed is suffering from it when it was already like it was just finally climbing out of the depths of hell, out of the Republican governments of reefer madness, and it's baby in the bathtub all over again. And it's hard because there was a very big, and I don't want to call it an oversaturation, but you could, of products. There was a ton of products that were off market, that were traditional, that were on market. I think the quicker we got into dabbing, the quicker we got into infused astronomical percentages of weed, we started seeing these disorders, these effects on health, because we didn't have the capabilities to study it in that way and see like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be dabbing fucking 200% diamond weed every day. Maybe we can try to make it safe. But instead it was just, let us make money. So there was no like medicinal research done or anything. And there was a lot of product. And I feel like that was a very easy way for people to say, well, look, it's making people throw up uncontrollably. And look, it's making people go into psychosis. And well, look, it's giving people fucking heart attacks or whatever the latest thing is, or the CNN thing. I don't even remember what the issue was, but it was disparaging. And that's what we talked about the last time. Do you remember what it was?
It was either like heart conditions.
Yeah.
Or
it's been linked. Oh, look, we told you it was the fucking devil. And now look at you. You're all dying. And I feel like it's like we didn't even really get a fair shot, so I'm not hopeful for a rescheduling because I'm not even hopeful for what that means for the industry. I just want to be left to repair and left on our own. Like if we can salvage what's left by spreading the good word about weed and spreading good product around, then maybe there just might be hope for us yet. But as long as Trump's president, we have to fight for everything that we love, unfortunately.
Absolutely every single thing.
And weed is one of those things. And we talked about the multi-state. We talked about the big money. That is that's the story now, vibe. That's the vibe that America is in. It has never been more follow the money than now because of who is in charge. And, it's dark times, bruv. And it's important to hold on to values and rights and the things that we really do love. Now, we're at a blessed point because we can consume it freely and use it. And it's still pretty fucking rad. But like we've seen with much things, it is shaky at best, our rights. So we'll keep our eye, of course, on all the things, and we'll say all the things just like we have been for so long. And we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to close the show with a few minutes of what 420 means to us, because it's a countdown to fucking 420. And that literally is our reason for living. We'll be right back.
The final Huff and Puff with TS and Sasha. The clock is ticking, nerds. The countdown to 420 is on with the Cool Nerd Weed Show.
We're back. It's Cool Nerd Week Show. Sorry. And we're back.
We're back.
It's the Cool Nerd Week Show. That's TS.
And that's Sasha.
And we're silly, and we're live, and we're goofy. And it is the countdown to 420. And that's important. That's importante. That's important. It is a big day, as you know, for us. It's no secret. But it's an even bigger day for the nerds because it falls on a Monday. And the last time it fucking fell on a Monday was COVID, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So we couldn't be together. We did get everybody together, though. We got like everybody from Adobe. We got people from the dispensary that we worked at. And it was actually wound up being like a really great show. But it was still like a bummer because we couldn't be together. But this year we will be together. We'll be in the new Adobe Radio studios. I'm fucking stoked. Fish will be there as he is for oh so many of our 420s going back just about 10 years. And it's going to be a great fucking day. I don't care what I have to do. And this has been what I've done historically on 420s. Like, I blindly just love the day. Like, it could be a bad day for everybody. And I'm still just like, I'm just like very like pie in the sky about 420. Because I think it's a day that means something to not just people in the industry, but people who consume. It's just a day of acceptance for us. And that's kind of what I wanted to close the show with, is like what 420 means to us. And to us, for me personally, it's just the day where like we are normally kind of, even with the more acceptance of it as of late, we are still stigmatized and outcasted and kind of made to feel like we're doing something wrong often, or we're derelicts or ne'er-do-wells. And we're none of those things. We just use cannabis in a way that is constructive for us. So 420 is a day where you can just feel like all of those moments of being the one who brings the weed to the function, or the one you always ask who you know will always have weed, or the one who you ask for advice for when you want to start your cannabis journey. We are those ones. And 420 is the day that we get to celebrate each other without feeling like it's just us. And I think that that's really important to remember in this day and age when everything's so emotional and divisive, that 420 is just, it's made up of all of those moments as stoners coming together. I mean, TS and I will say happy holidays usually to people. I mean, all of the time when we're out on 420. And if you're in a state where it's legal, it really does. You can feel it in the air. It's become a very buzzy moment. But here in New York, it's always been a huge date. So I grew up with wanting to participate in 420, but never thinking I was going to because it was so fucking illegal. So the fact that I'm a part of it, it means a lot to me. And that's what 420 means to me. It did sound like when I was crying. I'm not, for once in my life. I am trying not to choke because the weed keeps on getting stuck in my throat. But I could cry if you want. So what does weed mean to you?
Let's see,
Not weed. What does 420 mean to you?
What does 420 mean to me? With 420 being 14 days away.
Holy shit.
420 is one of the best days for stoner celebration and a celebration of cannabis culture. Like I said, it's acceptance, and it's not just one big thing. It's those little moments that you experience throughout the day. Whether you're waiting in line at your favorite dispensary because it's crazy and gift bags are coming out and there's mad deals, and then you're waiting in line for so long. you start to you chat with people.
You make
'cause
homies.
cannabis
You make
brings
line
people together.
homies. Yeah.
And you make friends with with people in line, and it's the human interaction and connection. Just, this is one of my favorite 420 stories about when we worked at the Wellness Earth Energy Dispensary. Now there were two ladies that used to come in, and they met in line on 420.
Yep. Yeah.
And they became like great friends. And every year now, it's become a tradition for them to go to the dispensary together on 420 and get their deals and go about their day and do 420 stuff. So, and they were, when you're like, when you get to be like closer to my age, it's harder to make friends.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
So, seeing that cannabis brings people together. So that's like one of the things that 420 means to me, is like the community. There's always events. There's always something happening. Even if you're just like kicking it with your homies and having a sesh.
Yeah, no matter what you're doing on that day, even if you don't celebrate, the vibes are right. They feel good. I think there was a couple 420s where I feel like legalization, adult use had just come to fruition for a lot of states, so they were getting their groundings. I feel like it very much depends on like where you are, for sure, but I do feel like if you can control your environment, you can make it a good day. You really can. And if you didn't stock up, certainly go to a dispensary on 420. It braves, like Tia said, it is a community experience. Fucking bud tenders and dispensaries work hard to make it an experience that is unforgettable. We did, and a good dispensary will. And you'll have weed and product that you got from 420 for the rest of your life. Like, you'll be like, oh shit, I got that on 420. Like, you'll have everything. And this goes across states. It's just a day for us to all exist together. It's a very tiring day for it's our Black Friday. It's nuts, it's nuts. But again, for me, I always felt very proud of that day, because it just felt like, people just, like you said, they would come in, all their homies, they'd be wearing like whatever 420 gear, like dressed all silly, being silly Billies, just laughing, all stoned. And it's just a good fucking day. So it's for sure a vibe for us. And it symbolizes, again, just that acceptance that everybody can just be on that level. And we have always believed that weed is going to save the world. So that's what 420 means to us. And we are officially in prep mode. We've got lots of fun planned, or that will be planned, on 420 on the West Coast, which arguably is the best place to celebrate 420. Now, I won't sneeze at the East Coast. I think we did a fine job. Last year, we didn't see a lot of people like dressed in green and shit, but the people that we saw when we were like smoking a blunt, walking to Central Park or something, people were very jolly. There was a lot of happy holidays wished to us on the East Coast last year. It was also Easter, so I feel like we didn't see a lot of the 420 crowd maybe out because it was like Easter Sunday or something.
Everyone was in church. I do.
Yeah. It looked like it was.
We were in the city.
Yeah, we were in the city.
We smoked a gigantic blunt.
Yeah, and it was
we
fine.
Took some dabs.
It felt good,
It was. We hit a couple of dispensaries. There was music playing. New York City is a vibe on its own.
Exactly. It was just 420 flavored that day, and everybody was in good spirits. It was a nice day. It's always like a nice day too. It's just good. It's just good times. And we are very excited for our 420 show. We're going to try to make it special, as special as we can, because it's with everything in the world, there's just a good thing. There has to be like one or two good things that you just look at and say, this is good. and I'll go back to like very much stressed about the state of the world all of the other days and times. But maybe we can just have a nice little moment together on 420 and everybody can feel good. We'll have like a playlist and stuff next week. We're going to, we're really locking in on our 420 vibes while also staying aware and talking about very real and serious stuff. So,
fuck ICE. Fuck Donald Trump. Stop doing wars. And don't panic.
It's organic.
Give it up for Adobe, everybody.